Spotify is one of the leading music streaming services in the world. It is also an iconic company for the software industry because it gives developers a high level of freedom and engagement using a working structure called Spotify Guilds. Darja Schmitte, Professor of Software Engineering at Blekinge Institute of Technology in Sweden, together with a group of scientists, conducted an extensive research about Spotify Guilds. Join us as we talk with Professor Schmitte at Spotify headquarters in Stockholm.
And Spotify guilds are, as communities of practice, groups of people who belong to Spotify, who share the same problems or topics of interest. They interact regularly, they improve a practice, and they learn from each other. We decided to study Spotify guilds because they provide benefits on two levels, for the organization and for the individual members. Spotify guilds are parallel structures to the organizational official structures.
The scientists decided to study 4 specific guilds. They all work in different ways, but what they have in common is that the guilds are successful, which shows that the communities of practice are effective.
While many researchers have found that communities of practice are very challenging to implement in a corporate settings, Spotify has succeeded with implementing their guilds.
One of the benefits of the guild is that we create incremental improvements both to the code but also to the infrastructure that supports the code. That means that our code base can remain modern, can remain easy to be maintained.
Spotify guilds are not based anywhere. These are virtual structures with members that can come from any development location that Spotify has. And there are communities of practice that never meet at all. They interact through technology.
The guild has a very active Slack channel with lots of members exchanging ideas and information almost all the time.
Meeting virtually is not the only option for the groups.
People meet on conferences that are actually face-to-face offsites, where Spotify sometimes invites even external experts.
Once a year, we have a conference where all the guild members come to the same location to meet and exchange ideas.
All Spotify guilds have voluntary membership. Anybody who works at Spotify can join any guild. It's very open and very flexible.
Over time, members' participation slows down, but contrary to what people think, guild activity remains strong.
Our research shows that most of the members are actually inactive, so a guild sustains with the help of just 20% of the members actively engaging in guild activities. And that's fine, because even subscribers and passive members benefit from engaging occasionally. Our research has helped to conclude that with organizational growth, Spotify has sustained guild culture.
Find out more in Spotify Guilds, a contributed article in the March 2020 communications of the ACM.